Hey, what's going on, guys? So sorry for it's been a minute. Just been kind of just saving my money and stuff like that. But we got a new Marvel Legends review today, and obviously I don't know why I say that when you have already seen the title of the video, so you know what it is. It's not like you don't know what it is, but I don't know. I just checked to present it this way. So I guess we'll just move on right through. So today we are reviewing the Marvel Legends Spider-Man Retro Series, or Retro Carded series, Spider Shot. We'll get into that name later because I know a decent bit about this character. But anyways, on the back you got a picture of the action figure. On the back you got a little read up, which is after a mission goes wrong, an alternate version of Peter Parker leaves his old life behind to target the Black Ops world as a killer for hire. Yes and no. We'll get into that. So before we get into that, though, we will show him. So here is Spider Shot. I do not recall him ever being called Spider Shot in the comics. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I was under the understanding that this was Assassin Spider-Man. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I always just knew him as Assassin Spider-Man, but um and what I mean by that bio being so and so about, I mean, he tackles a Black Ops world, yes, but he works for Shield, I'm pretty sure, and he gets trained by Wolverine and potentially Black Widow. Um, and yeah, so this Spider-Man, he does unalive his baddies. Um, so yeah, here he is. He does not come out of the package with two fists, but I put the two fists on him because I just feel like it works better right now. So and after this video, I will be posting kind of an array of photos that I'm going to be taking with him because I feel like it'll just be, kind of fun. He's a really fun action figure. So, but we'll take a look at his accessories. So, of course, he comes with two thwip hands. They're all in black. So, and then he comes with these. Now, this is, so much like he does this to shoot out a web. Well, I mentioned earlier that he unalives his bad guys. Well, when he does that, that uh, is the way he shoots. He shoots a bullet out of his web shooters. Yeah, he's got I guess he's got like a gun or something in his web shooters, and you've got two little effect pieces which you can plug in here. If I I think one might go to one and the other one might go to another. I don't know if it really matters which one the effect piece goes into. I haven't exactly had the perfect luck with that, but yeah, you get the idea. So yeah, but like I said, I've been aware of this character because uh, I like learning about a lot of the different alternate universe Spider-Man because I find them very interesting. Some not so much because it becomes like depressing. There's certain alternative versions which are either dark or depressing, and I don't necessarily care for those because it just makes me sad or disturbed, and I don't really care for that. And that's not to say that I don't enjoy dark stories. I mean, if anyone, if for any of those who know me personally that are watching this, I really like Moon Knight and Daredevil, which can be disturbing at times. Um, but but there's just like some things that like specifically like make me go, I'm not gonna look into that. So, but here he is. He has done pretty well. The sculpting for his head sculpt here is really well. Those eyes are sculpted in there, so it's a really clean look. And then you got the spider logo goes all the way to the back. The only addition here is He's got two little pouches here, which you can barely see. I did turn on the light to actually make you be able to see this better, but if for some reason it's making it worse on camera because it's not focusing. And I know that's partly because how I film, but that may change eventually if I get the right equipment to be able to film stuff better. But most of the paint here is really well done. I don't really, well, like there's a few like here, you know, a few here and things where like maybe there's like a little dot of paint, but I'm not really worried about that. Overall, really cool figure. I think if anybody knows me, I love the Spider-Verse, so I'll take any variation of, even if it's not an alternate version of Peter Parker and it's just him in a different suit, then I'm still like, oh, I'm going to get that because then I can argue it's Spider-Verse, which technically isn't incorrect because a lot of his alternative suits end up becoming alternate versions of him, like a symbiote suit. Like I'm pretty sure there's a universe where he has the symbiote suit and then he has the black suit that's just a costume because he like wore a costume version of the black suit. Because I think Felicia liked it, and at the time they were dating. Correct me if I'm wrong, but so there's like two different things there, and then like, you know, like the Future Foundation suit I think I've seen maybe in a Spider-Verse thing, but I'm not sure. Not just the movie, I'm talking like I actually have the Spider-Verse comic over there somewhere. Not exactly, but and yeah, I should post pictures more often because I have been making little mini displays where I display my comics. So yeah, but anyways, into articulation. His head can move all the way up. And this is possibly where maybe some people might have some issues is at the head area because it reuses a Spider-Man body, which we'll get into. You can see the hole in the back here, but it's fine, and then you can get like a little bit of gappage like here and stuff like that, but I don't really care. He can turn his head all the way there and all the way there, and he does have a little bit of head tilt. He's got butterfly joints. His shoulders move out, and they go all the way around. He's got a bicep swivel, pinless double jointed elbows. Got a wrist swivel and a hinge that goes in and out. All of them, I think, go in and out. Yes. Unfortunately, even the shooting hands. And he's got an upper diaphragm joint, which allows him to go that far back and that far forward, and allows him to tilt and swivel up at there. And then he's got an ab crunch, which allows him to go all the way there, all the way back. And then, of course, if you use the upper diaphragm joint, it combines to go all the way back. Unfortunately, if you go all the way forward and you're looking from the back, you can definitely see the gappage there. He's got legs that can kick out that far, but I do believe they are drop down, so you can kick up, I think, even farther. If I'm not mistaken. And then he's got upper thigh swivel. He's got double jointed pinless knees, a boot swivel, ankles that go down, they go up, and they got ankle pivot. So, anywho, so I've got a couple of comparisons I want to do. We'll start with something that's a little bit more akin to him. So if I remember correctly, this idea comes from, there was a story, I don't know what the name of the story is. If you do, write it down in the comments. But I do remember that apparently like sometime back in the day, Spider-Man had a mission to fight Wolverine, and in our main universe, he beat Wolverine. But in this universe, he lost, and I guess like the winner was like, you know, had to decide whatever, and I guess, you know, or something like that. Like they were proving what, you know, about each other's methods or something like that. I don't know, you know, superhero stuff. So don't take it too seriously, but I believe that's how it went. So okay, let me move out here a little bit. So obviously you can't see them perfectly here, but there are two characters. Like I said, I do believe Black Widow does get involved with this too. So here is my Black Widow. This is the retro carded Black Widow. She isn't standing totally straight, but she is shorter. Let's see if she'll stand. But the main one for sure. Oh, and in this universe, he left Mary Jane. I think he like has a zero. I don't think he has a life outside of his work, which is a little more closer to actually how the real Spider-Man is sometimes. But it doesn't matter about his cause anyway. And then here he is next to Wolvie. Kind of looks like Deadpool a little bit here. So there he is with those two. So those are more attuned to him. And then I figured I would do a couple of villains. And villains that might work in particular with him because of how, he's kind of, he's an assassin. So I figured like characters like Carnage. So this is on the old Bucky Cap mold. And I'm aware that there are better Carnages out there. I know that like for some people who might watch me, that you might be wondering why I don't get like new versions of characters, even though they're like better or something like that. And mostly it's because as long as I'm fine with the one I have, I don't really have a problem with it. Or unless I can find a reason to have it, like if I really like the design, or if it's something where I'm like, well, I don't want to replace the previous one, but I could use a new one for like a different display. Like for example, I'm thinking about getting that recently revealed Iron Fist and Luke Cage 2-pack, because one, I do need a Luke Cage, but two, the Iron Fist I could use in like an Avengers shelf or something like that, because I have a really old Iron Fist and I find him really cool and he still works. But yeah, I don't remember the last time he was on camera. That's not the one I want to do next. And then I have, I don't know, I kind of just picked at random here. I got Electro here, which is on like the updated Spider UK body. So there you go. There's a couple villains. Then of course, since we're talking about Spider-Verse, I'll show my main Spider-Man and the body that he is based, this action figure is based off. Of course, it is updated. No, I mean, they should be at the same height. I think they are. And it might also be because I don't have them standing entirely straight, but they are the same height. But this one obviously is the old version of the body because, as you can see, he still has the pin problem. And I know that'd probably be the immediate reason, like I was mentioning earlier about getting an upgraded version. It works for me and it doesn't bother me. So, anywho, I say that here's the old Spider-Man body. I mean, they still use this body, I think, occasionally. This is the old Pizza Spider-Man body, but this is not Pizza Spider-Man, and he's a little bow-legged, but one of my favorite Spider-Verse characters and action figures that I have. Here is, wow, are you actually at the same height? Are you taller? I cannot tell. But there's Spider-Punk. So yeah. Been a while since he's been on camera. Been around, I've had him for quite a while. So yeah. But that's it for comparisons. Is there any other one I can do? No, not really. So yeah, pretty, simple review. In terms of should you, I know a lot of reviewers do this. I usually don't because that's not something I necessarily worry about. But I guess for this character, if you're asking yourself, should you get it? Well, I will admit that obviously with the fact that Marvel Legends are now costing more like 25, 26, that type of range, that a lot of people are being a little bit more choosy, and I am too. But if you're a Spider-Man fan, and especially if you're a Spider-Verse fan, you're probably going to want this action figure. And also, he's really fun. I mean, he's a Spider-Man action figure, but he's a different type of Spider-Man, so you can get him into some very different poses, you know. And so I think you could. I You know, if you can wait for him to go on a deal, that maybe be a little bit better. But I have him. By the way, I do want more from this wave. There's a whole wave to this. The only one that I don't want, is there one I don't want? Not really. There is one that I might try to find at a cheaper price, which is a Spider-Man Last Stand, because he's not that dynamic of an action figure, but he looks like how he's supposed to. So, but I kind of want everyone else, because there's Tombstone, there's Jack-O-Lantern, and Sleepy Hollow, which I kind of want. Oh, and Scarlet Spider. I've always wanted a Ben Reilly Scarlet Spider. So, but I have not seen a lot of them. So, I don't want to get them at specific stores, because then a lot of times those specific stores usually price them higher, and they're already priced higher than I would like them to be. But here we are. So, I will briefly mention the fact that yes, I am looking into getting that some of the action figures from the new wave that they revealed for the fan channel exclusive wave. I want to get Damian Hellstrom. I think that's his name. And yes, I'm familiar with the character. I just don't remember if that's his first name. I want to get Brother Voodoo. I want to get Dracula, and I want to get crap. What's her name? I can't remember her name now. Female demon lady, and I'm forgetting her name. And this video's gone on too long. But yeah, I do want a majority of the wave, but I don't think I'm getting the whole wave, which sucks, because I could use the Build-A-Figure, but I'm not really exactly that familiar with the character. So, but there's other action figures in this wave that I want. And I do want a couple more action figures from the X-Men 97 wave. I do want Executioner, and I have seen him around. It's just that he's like not like the highest priority. But I want to get Goblin Queen. I really want to get Goblin Queen. And then there's like I want a majority of the Sabu Build-A-Figure wave as well. And there's the Void Build-A-Figure wave. I want a couple of characters from there. I'm gonna get Vision for sure. I might get a couple others. I really want Power Princess, but I can't find her anywhere. So if you know where I can potentially find her, where I'm not paying half $100, let me know. So, but anyways, I hope you enjoyed this review. Sorry I went on so long, but hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, like, share, and subscribe. And if you are familiar with a wide array of the Spider-Verse characters, let me know who your favorite is. My personal favorite, if we're ignoring some of the ones that have their own stories, is, well, actually, that's hard. But it would probably be either 2099, Noir, or Spider-Punk. So, but I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.